Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala. Court is dark today in Virginia, but the dueling defamation trial between actor Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard continues on Monday morning. As the week comes to an end, we want to make sure that all your questions are answered so that Monday through Thursday, we collected your comments on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and we want to bring you as many answers as we can right now. Still with me, Federal Executive Clemency Attorney Tammy Allison and Trial Attorney Imran Ansari. All right, guys, let's get to our first comment. It comes from Jamie Harris. He says, I thought you weren't allowed to illegally record someone without their consent in California. How come they were able to use the recordings? Tammy, I'll go to you. Can you have an answer for Jamie?
Jamie, that's a very good question. In a state like mine in Texas, it's a one-party state where if one party's recording, it's okay. But in California, you are absolutely correct, Jamie. It is a two-party state where both people have to consent to being recorded. But what we know here is that both the Johnny Depp trial team and Amber Heard's trial team, they did something where they came to an agreement, which is called stipulation. They stipulated to being able to present this video in front of the court for the jury to see. So I hope that answers your question, Jamie.
I think it did. That was a perfect answer. That's exactly what happened here. All right, let's go to Ciara. She asked, can you please explain for your Irish viewers, again, we have a few folks in the UK as well, the possibilities of how this case may end? Can both teams win or lose their lawsuit, or can only one win? Imran, I'm going to throw that one out to you.
Yeah, sure. So this is a unique circumstance where you have dueling defamation claims, where you have Johnny Depp bringing his defamation claims and Amber Heard also countersuing with a counterclaim Johnny Depp. So could they cancel each other out? That's a possibility, but the jury will have to come to a verdict as to each of the claims. So Johnny Depp's lawsuit against Amber Heard will have to be decided to verdict by that jury, and likewise her claims will have to be decided to verdict by that jury. Could they nullify one another? That is a possibility when you get to the liability questions, and also the damages is an interesting scenario, and we will have to see what the jury states.
But perfectly, when you talk about the outcome, only one can win, right? So if Johnny Depp is right, he didn't abuse her, she loses, because he didn't call her, he called her a liar, and that was true. And the opposite is true. If he did abuse her, then she wins, right? So really only one can win, but they can be negated at the end with the damages. Let's go on to our next comment from Linda Strom. She asked a few questions, so let's break it up. Her first question in her post says, Johnny's appropriate or disrespectful out of line with his additional comments, not related to the question that he's being asked. Tammy, essentially, we heard a lot of his little comments. We were talking about one off camera, how he would make these little comments. Are those illegal or disrespectful, or how do you handle that?
You know, it's not illegal, and what it is, it's not even necessarily disrespectful. It just shows a lack of respect for the court, and judges take their stance on the bench very seriously. It's something that, yes, us in the legal community call showing extreme deference to the judge. And by him cackling, laughing, adding extra commentary, it shows that he's not showing that extreme deference to the judge, meaning that the respect for the court and the seriousness of the proceeding is not there. And the jury pays attention to things like that.
Yeah, Imran, I was surprised he wasn't admonished just a little bit more.
Yeah, you would expect that the judge would give him an instruction as to sort of curtailing the facial expressions, some of the comments that you hear before the court. But if you're Amber Heard's defense team, you want that stuff to come out, because on summation, you're going to be arguing to that jury that they had the opportunity to see and hear Johnny Depp. And they would probably and likely use those sort of comments, that demeanor, those facial expressions, the snickering, to suggest to the jury that Johnny Depp is not
the type of person that he is. All right, thank you both. Imran, Tammy, great to have you guys on the show. Up next, a special hour of Testimony of the Day. Depp Be Heard will break down the best testimony from this week, so keep it right here.
And did you have an opportunity when you were in Australia to observe Mr. Depp?